The more homes you shoot, the more you're gonna realize that it's not the big things that are gonna make you better and stand out. It's more so about the small habits that you build over time. I just wanted to share a few honest things that I have personally learned since doing real estate photography for about a year and a half. I feel like you hit a point where you just stop obsessing over every single detail and you actually start to notice patterns, things that make the shoot easier, the clients happier, and the overall workflow just a lot more simple. I'm not here to teach anything, I just genuinely want to share my experience and things that have helped me along the way. The first thing is that consistency is almost always going to beat creativity. And if you've watched some of my videos before, you know that I do love to take some detail shots. And I think that's totally fine to include maybe like 2 to 3 detail shots in every single shoot. But I think that, again, consistency will always beat that creative side of it. It's easy to overthink everything, whether that's the settings, the angles, or trying to make this house look different from the past house that you just did. After doing real estate photography for a while, I have realized that agents don't necessarily want creativity, they just want somebody who's going to be reliable. They want to make sure that their photos are going to look clean, bright, and very consistent every single time that they book with you. When you start shooting with a repeatable system, like your go-to angles, your go-to settings, even showing up a little bit earlier, that's when your consistency is going to come in and you are going to be so much more dependable and reliable to the agent. And that's when you can actually get a little bit more creative, when you are at the point where you feel like you are reliable and you know your go-to angles, you know your go-to settings, different things like that, and you're not second guessing every single angle that you try to get or second guessing yourself at a shoot. The next thing that I had to learn is that the agent is your client and not the house. Some houses you'll notice are going to be absolutely beautiful or maybe not so much, but either way, your job does not change. You are consistently taking the photos, you're acting the same to the agent, literally nothing changes except the way that the house looks, but even then, that doesn't even matter. The agents who keep hiring you aren't the ones who are hiring you only for luxury listings. They're hiring you for all sorts of listings because they trust you. They trust that you're gonna make the house look good no matter what circumstance it's in. And once you start focusing on them and the things that they need, I feel like that's when everything starts to change. Most agents can't tell the difference between a $3,000 camera or a $700 camera, but they can tell the difference between someone who is always on time, dependable, and communicates well. Instead of thinking that you need better gear, maybe try to switch your mindset a little bit and focus on how can you get better with the gear that you already have. When you've been doing this for a while, you're gonna notice that you're gonna start to read the rooms instantly and know exactly where you're gonna put the tripod and how many shots you're gonna do in a room. And I feel like this is the most helpful one because it keeps you on track and can actually make you go by a lot quicker. Maybe on your 10th shoot, you're still trying to figure it out as you go, but I promise you that once you're really consistent and you have a good routine in this, you're gonna look in a room, you're gonna know how many photos you're gonna take in that room, where the symmetry lies in the room, and what's the selling point in here. And that instinct only comes from repetition, so you stop trying to place your tripod in 5 different areas of a bedroom, and you'll realize that you only need a couple, and you'll figure out the ones that you actually like and don't like. Professionalism is gonna scale way faster than talent. You could be the most talented photographer in your city, but if you're late, you don't deliver on time, you're rude to clients, that's when you're gonna start to lose them. When you communicate or show up on time, answer your phone immediately when an agent calls, that's what the agent is gonna remember and they're gonna continually book with you. Try not to stress about being the best photographer in your area. I would suggest to just focus on being the most dependable and reliable to your agents. And the last one is confidence is gonna come from repetition. When you're new, you're gonna feel like every home is just a test and you're second guessing every single angle, every single setting, and you're gonna end up overthinking, which might lead you to missing a room. But I promise you, over time that changes, and that confidence is not gonna come from new gear or anything like that. It is truly gonna come from repetition. You stop panicking when the conditions aren't perfect, or when the lighting is bad, or when something unexpected happens. You truly just adapt to it. I've shot in rain, snow, pitch black basements, tiny condos, and you really just figure it out as you go. And your client is really going to appreciate that because they don't need another thing on their plate. So it's best if you just, internally figure that out and know that everything is going to work out okay. Something that I think everyone should experience in real estate photography is experiencing a bad shoot, because I think this teaches you patience for yourself. It teaches you how to be calm in an unexpected situation. It also teaches you how to problem solve and keep clients confident when things aren't very ideal in the situation. That quiet confidence is going to make you look so much more professional. It's not the fancy gear that you use, it's not the perfect conditions of the house, just experience and composure. Those are a few of the honest things that start to sink in after shooting a lot of houses. And they're not anything big or dramatic. It's truly just the small changes and habits that change the way that you work. And if you're new to it, just give it time. I know it might seem a little bit scary at first, but honestly, start to shoot in your own house and build those habits of where you're gonna put your tripod, and maybe even start to time yourself just to see how quick you can get it done. If you're wanting to learn more about real estate photography and even the coaching process of it to coach you on how to build your own business, that's what we do here. When you join the coaching program, you'll get access to a one-on-one personal coach that you can talk to. You can text every single week. You guys can make goals together and they'll go through the checklist with you. There's also 15 group coaching calls that you can access and watch them over and over again if needed. It's just nice to get perspectives from different coaches who have different coaching styles. You'll be able to meet thousands of the students that are already in coaching from all over the world. So it's a really amazing community with 24/7 support from the Facebook group chat, AI Eli, and the other group chats that we have. So if you want to learn more about this, or if you want to apply for a coach and just chat about if this would be a good experience for you, I'm going to go ahead and put the link in the description below.